I do have a secretive, darker side. A horrid fact that cannot be denied. When my eccentric kink and lust collide, stimulated by provocative stuff, I went on a blind date to my dismay, acting a man I wanted to portray. A gentleman I needed to convey, when I prefer me rough. I knew I had to undoubtedly trust beyond my non-stop throbbing port of lust. Outside of the part I would rather thrust, to remain a fake, cultured and gentle. While waiting, I envisioned a blindfold, daydreaming of me, more brawny and bold. As her nude body began to unfold, I thought of her as experimental. I unbolted my eyes, and facing me was splendor by an enormous degree. Doubting if I was the sight longed to see, perhaps I appeared repellent and cold. We said our hellos, then glanced at courses, fine dining by reliable sources. Between conversation that wit forces, she wanted pizza, I was briskly told. Therefore, I ordered a pizza instead of the more refined and expensive spread, propped up awkwardly in a crumb-filled dread when she said dessert at my place tonight. I knew she would prepare a special treat that would make the higher-staked night complete, with immense hopefulness of a repeat. At least I wished it might. In her quarters she did vividly shine. She slowly set out the cookery fine. I thought what a stylish manner to dine, with silver knives and white forks and a spoon. Eagerness reeked on my best linen pressed, for I knew I would be wholly impressed by her own dessert that she did suggest should be eaten underneath the curved moon. I know I became slightly suspicious when her language was more expeditious, with 50 synonyms for delicious. I heard nothing cooking on the stove top. I noticed a lack of cookery smell, then a deficiency in food as well. It was a stunt as far as I could tell, as my keen stomach was about to pop. She certainly was cooking something up, but I genuinely did not know what. Maybe a croissant or wine in a cup. Then she led me away from the kitchen. My hopes instantly began to crumble as I heard closely my tummy rumble, as I started to ineptly stumble where her other aspirations began. When she took me into the main bedroom, I knew then who she wanted to consume with the bedroom perspective and perfume. She cogently sat me down on her bed. Then to my own oblivious surprise, swiftly my sights were sensationalized by beholding whips and other supplies, as my vulnerable legs she did spread. At once she grabbed 2 blood-red silken ties, vigorously wrapped them around my eyes, and then she compellingly whipped my thighs with her durable, rhythmic pulsation. She thrashed from my crown to my toenail tip, and then I believe she started to strip. I was not sure by the stroke of her whip, adrift in her stout, thumping vibration. Guiding her forward motion of impulse, my barbed, stinging skin commenced to convulse. Like pure heroin, increasing my pulse. The night was a savory sensation. Then I felt an impression on my hips, like the song to the sailor sailing ships. A sense like when the sun and moon eclipse, which she exerted by innovation. Our connection has taken new meaning. On her bed that will need thorough cleaning, where our darker cores were intervening, shared extremely in our new found delight. She was different from the tiresome rest, as she put normality to the test. I lusted like a man who is possessed, inside sinister corners of that night. I was flabbergasted by the conduct of a blind date who began to instruct. Like a shrill orchestra she would conduct. Her solid stroke I began to savor. I flippantly wondered what took so long to recognize this is where I belong, and that I judged blind dates and her all wrong, based densely on previous behavior.